What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women? Uh, Today was a day. I really have to hook up this camera to my car. I can't even undo it now, for God's sakes. Y'all seen this here. Where is it? Camera's this way. It's too far away now. I can't. It's not even. Anyway, I drive around and I sort of rage in my car because everybody is on the phone. And I was like, and I look around like these damn women. They were like, oh my God, I'm sex. And then I realized, no, I'm not. I'm not sexist. There's a lot of women out here. But I was like, well, let's clarify. I rage about everybody. Then this was a couple of days ago, actually, maybe like 5 or 6 days ago, less than a week. And I was like, nah, I've raged about everybody driving. And I've done it on this pod before, right? All the young dudes drive. Everybody's on their phone too, right? So they're on there and they're driving, they're flipping through. I'm like, what is wrong with people? And today there was a really dark accident, and I was like, and I, yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, uh, I want to say I saw it happen, but I didn't see this particular one because everybody, God dang it, one of whoever hits you, is going to be on the phone. I'm never on the phone. The only time I don't pick up the phone when my mother calls me is when I'm in the car. I never, and people are having long fucking conversations. All the hipster kids, like hip hop stars or whatever you want to fucking call them, all leaning low, smoking a jet. I pulled up to like the guy next to me was rolling a joint. I'm like, I told my, don't be low hanging fruit when the cops come and get you. Make them work for it. You're rolling around like you're in your living room, smoking weed and driving around at 30 miles an hour, you fucking idiot, in a land of guns. Everybody's happy to be angry, right? That's those guys. You also have all these military guys in fatigues in their F-150s doing 30 because they're like checking this or that thing. You're like, is he serious? You give them the horn, they get just as mad as if you called them a bitch. It really is ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. I'm gonna get this thing fixed up by the 1st of November. But man, I'm a good driver down here because everyone else down here, and I'd say down here like when here's the thing about learning stuff about people and when they speak, listen closely. Because me saying down here should have told you, he's not from here and he's probably from up north, right? If you put shit together and you listen to what people say, you can find out a lot about them. So, like here in Virginia, not down here, but here in Virginia, uh, driving is not bueno. It really isn't. I was super excited to get a driver's license when I got it. It was never going to get a car, right? My high school had a giant student parking lot. No one had cars because poverty and black people, right? But no one had cars. Meanwhile, you cut on the television and like every California show about like kids from Porky's to Fast Times at Ridgemont High to Valley Girl, one of my favorite Nicolas Cage movies, Valley Girl. Uh, all the kids would drive up to school and park in the space, and I'm like, what the freaking fuck are we? Um, and I think that's the same thing here. I think people down here get licenses early and think they can drive, and then before you know it, they're really complacent. They're super complacent early. Yeah, I think that if I got into a high speed chase, it would take the cops a while to get me. I think so because I think I'm a better driver than a lot of these people. And man, I am unfit now. I'm fat. I put on at least 40 pounds since the pandemic, and I haven't run. And I feel stiff. I used to do yoga, but in my heyday of like 7 years ago, I even at my advanced age then, I was formidable because this is what I was taught: be formidable, right? Know a lot more. You may not be the strongest in the room, but you can know more than the other guy in the room. But that doesn't mean that you should like be a mess. And there was a movie that reinforced this in my mind. It was a, I want to say it was a Harrison Ford movie where they left a fat guy in the desert, and I was like, what? Because they thought he was like he had outgrown his usefulness, right? And at the very end of the day, you don't outgrow your usefulness if you can, you know, help build a house or fire a gun or gather food or whatever it is. Um, yeah, but driving around here, this all started from me like driving. That accident was bad. I know somebody was on their phone, and I'm talking about people on their phone driving on the highway on this on on I-64. It really is just fucking bananas. Um, and then in the neighborhoods, people like just the speed limit is 25 miles an hour. I totally get. I'm always going faster, sadly, 35 miles an hour. Um, Not around Christmas or Halloween, but yeah, everybody is like semi paying attention. All these women. This woman almost slid into me on the highway. I had to slide it, and I had to hit the horn. No one would use the horn down here either, cause she's eating. That's another thing. No people. She was eating and driving like a bowl, not like oh, I have a peanut butter sandwich here, like something you can eat with one hand, a Subway, like you can take a bite. No, she had a bowl. So here's the thing about a bowl: you have to hold it, you have to have a spoon, right? And you generally look at what you're grabbing. That's a lot of time off. Yeah. So I was like, oh my God, everybody down here sucks. And it's everybody. It's all the cliche people as well as all the non-cliche people. Everybody sucks at driving here in Virginia. Yeah, yeah. Right? Like, I don't even want to go, that Asian woman is horrible at driving because down here she's horrible at driving. That woman, black woman, white woman, Spanish woman, bad at driving. Some people are putting actually that's not true. I haven't seen many people put on makeup here, but when I lived in New York driving around, there was a ton of that. And I was like, what the hell is that? So it was a lot of phone usage, eating, and putting on makeup. Down here, it's just kind of like no makeup, but a lot of eating, a lot of talking on the phone. And then I see people like, which gets me, doing this driving, flipping through stuff. So I know they're not on the phone. This is bad enough. But when you're doing this, like flipping through shit, I'm like, oh my God. They just had a football guy um, kill two people. He was driving 150 miles an hour. You know how much time he's gonna get? The Raiders dropped him. Oh my God. I mean, it can't even be like, oh, I fucked up. I like to, you know, do 5 years probation and pay, no. Like one person you might be able to get away with that, but two people and then two people at 150 miles an hour, yeah, it's just over. It's just over because he was stupid. And this is this goes into my other conversation about how the NFL not only is it giantly racist, they're also running it like uh they're conspiring, right? Now, very few of those guys have college educations, and then this links all these colleges to this scam for money. And mind you, it's a $4 billion. So yeah, yeah, it's a worthy scam, but it can't. But it'll be like most things in America. They'll just let it retire, and none of these rich guys will go to jail. And then you will actually either have to have a college education, or they go, we're going to take you with like straight out of high school, and then we're going to develop you 4 years, which is a little more honest than saying all these fucktards have college educations. And here's the thing: if I call you into court, you bet not lie to me. So do you think all these people are going to not lie to you? Yeah, well, I didn't go to class, and I look like Kobe Bryant and LeBron James, straight out of college into the NBA, totally legit, right? But all these college football guys, did you go to class? Did anybody see you in class? I told you, I said this a couple of weeks ago. No one ever talked about their college experience in any of these things. And then when they talk, they sound like they're straight out of the hood, right? No one goes, very few. And then after that, they all want to be anchors and stuff. Very few people teach or go to college or get a lecturing gig or whatever. And they all hold this secret. I mean, it is really just, I don't know how much more I can fucking take. And honest, I'm surprised I'm still alive, quite frankly. Honest men do not fare well, and it's proven so. I'm an honest man, and I have mucked it up. Well, I don't want to say I mucked it up, but man, whew, I wish I would have betrayed more people, right? My God. Anyway, let's get into it. So we spoke a little bit yesterday. I'm a little pumped up, more pumped up now, oddly enough, than yesterday. I was tired yesterday. But McAuliffe lost. They instantly started blaming progressives, even as he did not run on a progressive platform, which is pretty friggin' interesting. Um, wow, that's pretty amazing. So I don't even know, man. I don't even know. Uh, it's a shot across your bow. Like I said yesterday, I always vote. I didn't even bother to go vote yesterday. It started me voting Democrat down the line. Then I was like, what the fuck is this? And then eventually it got to me voting and being unhappy about it, but voting anyway. And then after I got kicked out of New York, I was just kind of like, you know what? No. And the last presidential election, not the last one, I voted for Obama, right? I think that was the last time I voted straight down party lines. But I did not vote for Hillary, and I did not vote for Trump. I just left it blank. I never vote for judges because I never know their history, and they always seem racist and shady as fuck to me. I hate to say it, but they do. And judges stand up racism. Like you can look at that Kenosha, Wisconsin shooting with this young boy, 18 years old, an all white jury. Essentially, he's gonna walk. He's gonna walk. Uh, there was this thing about, God dang it, I keep dropping this phone. This phone is too expensive to keep dropping. That might be my last iPhone, quite frankly. I'm getting too old to be with the new hipster shit. Um, Here's the thing. I could move that camera, slide it that way by a few, or I could just put all this shit on this table and be here. I don't really know what I'm gonna do. Uh, my gaming chair is broken, so this table is now no longer good. Quite frankly, I hate to say it. And then here's the other thing about this table. This table is a New York City Board of Education table for students. I have two of them. One is narrower and higher, and this one. So apparently, the kids who used it were in elementary and junior high school, right? So I bumped my. It's great to use, but I bumped my leg with it, and I don't want to destroy the top because the top is great. But I was going to take the top off and put like hardwood. But I'm like, it's then what would I? It's I could probably put these on eBay and get like 800, $1,000 for each of them. Um, New York City died all municipalities would throw away this shit, and you're not. And it's built to last. Well, these are built to last. This is old school shit, and now you can't sell them or buy them because the New York City going, it's mine, wah. But at the same time, I'm like, I've had it for 10 years. Both of them. One's in the kitchen is my spice table. So I may swap something out and bring them back in here because I think I need to. I have two more TVs installed in here. Don't even get me started. Uh, for gaming, not so much for music or anything else. But yeah, I mean, I bought this rickety piece of shit and I don't even trust it. Right? I feel like if I put another TV on it, it's an extended table with an extension in it. I feel like it's going to collapse in the middle. So I'm either going to have to put something under it, like a smaller table to buffer the bigger table. And but man, I don't know. What am I doing here? That's the question. Why these are my concerns. Um. So yeah, let's get into it. What a day! It rained a little. Ugh, I love rain, but yeah, people were miserable. That car accident was gnarly, gnarly. Year they have less and less Republicans, and it's going to get to a point where, oh boy, here we go. Start. Do not start with this unstable internet bullshit. It's not on my end. All right, so let's open this while we got a chance. Uh, it really is just sad. It really is just sad, and I really think he thought He could frighten you and get you out, but you haven't. The Democrats haven't done shit, and the Republicans haven't done shit either. But they're motivated by hatred and anger. And the Democrats I mean, racism. There's some of that in there. Uh, but at the same time, the Democrats don't know how to motivate their group, so they're trying fear of the other guy. And but at the end of the day, you're both the same animal. You really are both the same animal. Um, so I think it's going to keep going like this until like you can't you can't win an election because you don't have enough people, and then they'll break it into war again. And quite frankly, the South won the last Civil War because they're getting everything they want. They got to kill people 150 years after the fucking thing was over, right? They stand in the way of making the police accountable for shitty police work, racist police work, bullying police work, right? And I'm not even talking about the killings. So yeah, they won. Ugh, it makes me so mad. Hold on, wait a minute. Where is my cha 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 cha? Um, Give me half a second. All right. Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's. I'm one of those. There are different types of people in the world, right? Some people are aggressive and mean spirited. Some people will get in your. Why is that light out? Um, just notice how dark it is, right? Some people are mean spirited and will get in your neck. Some people want to fight you, right? Some people are just aloof and want to be left alone. Some people are intelligent and quiet. Some people are intelligent and loud. Some people are stupid and boisterous. Some people are stupid and shy. Right? You get all these people. But it's looking more and more like America only wants one type of people and one type of people. One type of well, now that I looked at, I can turn this out. One type of person, right? Like these pod people who do exactly what they're told. And I was telling my ex a long time ago when she called me a drug addict because I smoked weed. I was like, you take all these pharmaceutical pills. How are you calling people anything? Right? At the very minimum, right? My emotional salve uh doesn't cost me $700 like a week and then have the government pay for it. Right? It's just kind of like, but I mean, I loved her, God, man. Oh well, shit is over. But if the idea is how dare you not be the thing I want you to be versus accept me as I am, as I accept you as you are, right? No, everybody's a pod person. And I say the world is on fire because you did exactly what you were supposed to do, which is what they wanted you to do. So who are you complaining at? Who are you complaining about? You yourself, right? All these people who had all this money to go to all these fancy uh spaces, country clubs in the Maldives, and then leave all that trash there and then come back and go, oh, the world is shut up. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. Did you really even listen to yourself when you speak? It's that. And when I talk to people like this who are better educated than me, they stop being open and liberal and super but because they don't like criticism. I mean, one who does, but if you're in the ruling class, let's call it, uh you don't have to put up with criticism from the poor blacks, the Negroes, the Mexicans, the poor whites. What do you call them? White trash, right? What do you do? I don't know, man. Don't know. We're gonna start this now. Yesterday we started a half an hour late. This is 20 minutes late. Hey, the 20 minutes plus. So it's good to end the show here because it's 20 minutes or so. So from here on out, it's or so country. Um, yeah, we got the Buddha lit. Oh god dang it. My sage is out. Oh boy. I forgot about this one. Hold on. I gotta get another tea candle. All right. Oh, yeah. The thing about these is what you want to do when you get one of these, because they're never a fix. What you want to do, you want to melt some of the bottom wax to stick it. There you go. It's covered in dust. This is great, but I'm like, why would you put this gluey? Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's that hippie shit that we like. All right. Oh, can't even see it. Anyway, let's slide this left by that far. Then we'll put this here. Better. Now I feel more earth. I'm not even gonna light an incense. I may actually be begin to fill a glass, but that's another thing. Right. All right. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about the sort of how people view this, right? And why the whole place is sort of, when I say the whole place, I mean like the world is coming undone. You have all these people now who are supposed to fix the problem, right? And they're all like 90. No, that's not true. They're all about, I would say the median age is 70. And these are the people who can't get shit done in their own countries, but they're all going to band together and do something globally. Or, you know what I say to you? Look, when this whole thing kicks off badly, poorly, horribly, um, you better have some talents to do some shit. Really. Yeah. Just like the food chain came to a slow crawl, other shit is gonna come to a slow crawl. And you have to be able to grow food in your backyard or know how to hydroponics food in your bathroom if you live in an apartment and all this stuff that people just kind of like roll their eyes at. Bishop Talbot Swan. Democrats are in trouble and they're looking for black voters. The Democrats are always looking for black voters. And I covered this a couple of weeks ago. What happens when you don't ever deliver for us and people stop showing up? Then you guilt us, right? That's not going to work. All this black girl magic may work for some stupid black women, right? They will, but for the majority of us, we're like, all I see is no police reform and more killings. I see unfair banks and banking, right? When I try and start shit, I'm set upon. Everything we create is owned by other people, right? What have you done for me other than a bullshit holiday? Look, we don't want what you want to give us. We want what we want, and that's that. Ooh, let's tip that down. Ooh, that's a harsh light. Am I gonna have to light a light? Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to light a light. I think I'm gonna have to click. That'll do it. One click is good. Um, yeah. Democrats are in trouble and they're looking for black voters who they failed to give reparations, anti-lynching bill. There is an anti-lynching bill. It's like 80 years old. A restored voting rights bill. That's true. And why does the voting rights bill expire? Ugh. Police reform, basic respect and prioritization concerns of putting them in power. True. 98% of us vote for you and you give us nothing. So when we stop voting for you, you can all go back to being a car wash like owner or whatever the fuck you are. And I'd say this to my white friends too. Without black people, your liberal shit means nothing. Who are you gonna do? You gonna let all these Mexicans in to vote for you? Idiots. I mean, they just don't care, and we just keep putting up with. And this is why I say the civil rights movement is over. All these people are border fucktards. I wouldn't trust. Excuse my language. I wouldn't trust Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson if they told me I was on fire and I was standing in a volcano as I was sinking and fully aflame. I'd be like, whatever, those two fuck six. They wouldn't know rain if God said, hey, look, guys, this is rain. My God. I mean, it's just amazing. Trini girl, but Dims made Juneteenth a federal holiday. That's progress, right? Exactly. She's got a, yeah, you know what? There are several things I need to get my Twitter account up on this thing so you can see it. But yeah, they did absolutely dick. And now they're crying in their giant lavish mansions about not being in power. I said this 10 days ago, fuck Terry McAuliffe. You haven't done shit. I was watching these commercials here about all the stuff he did the last time he was governor, and how Glenn Youngkin is a Trumpite, crazy person, dangerous. I'm like, what about the issues? Right? If this is your thing, this is between you and Glenn Youngkin. Maybe you guys can settle outside. But I need shit. I've always needed shit. I kept the faith, and I'm completely done. Completely fucking done. I'm absolutely completely done. And other people don't bother to vote at all. So here's where you are, Democrats. Not only are you losing people who used to vote for you, and people who should be voting for you never ever vote, you're going in the wrong direction. What you want is to keep the people who vote for you and then inspire people who don't vote to vote for you. That's not going to be done with Hillary Clinton or Joe Biden. Had to rig this thing, or and Barack Obama showed his colors. That whole thing paled. I had a conversation with my nephew about what black is on this podcast a couple of days ago. Right? It's a cultural thing. It's not just skin tone. You can't just swap somebody out from England or Britain or Haiti, or Haiti, Haiti, or Haiti, or any of the Caribbean nations, and just go. And that's why I told him, Colin Powell, God bless him, his accomplishments great, not black. He was Caribbean. And if you know the interplay between our groups, they don't like us. They think we're lazy. And we're like, you come here and you do exactly what you're supposed to do, and you undercut all these people who've been here for 300 years, trying not to get someone, all the fucking laws that are on the books now to protect you. A ton of black people had to die for, and they don't care. So yeah, it's hot, man. It's hot. And the Democrats failed. And just because they go, oh, Colin Powell. Oh, look, we have this woman here, Winsome. She's the new Attorney General, first black one to be. But she's from the Caribbean, and then she joined the military, and then she went to law school. But that's increasingly hard for someone like me or my family members who were born here and are descendant of people brought here in chains. Don't act like, well, they're just as black, so it's all the same. Like the point I made with my nephew on the show was quite simply, just because you're white doesn't mean you get along. The Irish have an issue with the Protestants, and that's a religious thing. And they're both Irish, right? The Irish as a whole has an issue. No, not really as a whole. Has an issue with the British, right? So does the Scottish, right? They're all white. So don't start going, you're all the fucking same. It's dismissive, and no, you're not gonna have someone else tell me about my history and what's good for me who just showed up here yesterday. And that person is not gonna be a white person, and that the person is not gonna be a black person. Right? So what you get is eventually people like me die out, and you get all these I'll do anything for money people. And this is where you're at now. This is why the civil rights movement is dead. Right? And Jesse Jackson's trying to keep his name relevant, so when he dies, people care. Maybe I'll get a statue. You didn't do shit. You haven't done shit since 1968. Dr. King took a liking to you. That means shit. What have you done? Meanwhile, Al Sharpton is hanging out with mobsters and is on Abscan files about thinking about selling giant amounts of drugs. They were like, nah, we're not going to do it. And that's the only reason. Excuse me, that's the only reason why he didn't take the bait. Something he just walked away. Now he's a civil rights activist because he says so. So what the fuck am I? Can I be a civil rights activist just like this? The people need shit. I wouldn't so much, and then there's all the sexual impropriety and all this bullshit. I mean, they're just kind of like they're always the victim of something, or they always want you to applaud as they do nothing. I heard that Cal Penn came out the closet, and this is my thing. This is not the 70s. At this point, you're just lying to your friends. You're just a liar, right? No, if I could stand in the street in the middle of the morning and go, I'm gay. People walk by, like, nigga, get the fuck out of the way. Who nobody cares, right? If this was the 70s and I did that on the boulevard, they're like, you get all this. People got other shit to do. They don't care if you're gay or not. Your secret. So what? You are lying to your friends. You are lying to people who gave you money to be a rich guy. You're a liar. At least I don't like it, but I do like his music. I don't like his way, but at least he was fucking honest, semi-honest, right? After he got famous, what's his name? Lil Nas X. After he got famous, he came out almost immediately in the hip hop community, and he's still around. He got a second, which is a fairly fucking bumping album. It might be a third album actually, right? So, okay, take your lumps. It's like somebody going, we've been having a relationship. We didn't want anybody to know because he's black and I'm white. And then we'd be like, what? Why would you hide? It's 2020 fucking one. Why do I have to be like, Cal Penn coming out the closet? Oh, you are a warrior. It's getting stupid. Meanwhile, I need shit. What up, William? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. And the thing about, I always say on this podcast, they're always trying to pimp you for emotional content. Oh, you should feel sad about this girl or this guy or this situation. And then they have stars on, stars that you're familiar with because you've been watching forever. And they'll show you an album or a movie or a book or whatever. It's never about you. And mind you, the people telling you this on TV, they may grip. They make straight cake. Don't get it fucking twisted. I'm gonna go fill this up and get another ice cube. Is this good? That's fairly decent. How are you, William? I hope you're good. I'll be back in before the 38 gets to, let's say, 5. So apparently, I did not have icy cold, frosty whiskey in my freezer, which is where I like it. If it's not whiskey, what is the fucking point? All right, so let's put this here. Let's put this near the clock. And the clock won't fall over. Yeah. So do we want to scooch it this way? A little more? Nah. Oh, all right, so let's light this thing. Look, you should be proud of who you are and what you are and where your whole flow. Pride is a good thing. Don't get it wrong. Don't be arrogant, but be prideful. You should be, but it shouldn't be based on other people's dark times, right? And your accomplishments and wants and needs should be your group. You shouldn't co-opt other people's group and then remove them from the scene as you co-opt it. And there's always people, that's the traders. There are always people who will go against their group for money or whatever. And the Democratic Party does this really well. It just keeps these agreeable black people around who don't say anything. And over the last few, I want to say, cycles, there's been some like Cori Bush who was homeless, right? I mean, so there's her. I mean, and I'm like, oh, okay, let's see where this goes. I was thinking of Nina Turner, like, what happens if the black community is represented by people with a black aesthetic and not a people with a, a polite um, sort of what is it like one of the good ones kind of vibe. So you're not threatened. Well, if you're threatened, get the fuck out of politics. Because at this point, the world is about to end, right? People, let's do it. People need you to solve their problems, and all you're doing is staying in power, right? As the climate rises, talk about keep the globe to 1.5 degrees. You fucking asshats. You know what's going to happen? The die off is going to be ridiculous. It really is. And they're not the people to save it. They really aren't. Meanwhile, we're still squawking about things that we should have solved like in the 1880s. But like I said, racism is lucrative, sexism is lucrative, right? An all boys kind of thing, where you just mess with the keep them as secretaries, and their whole livelihood relies on working there. Especially as women get older, right? Oh well, we're only hiring 20-year-old, 5-year-olds, hot chicks with purgy tits, and you're 40 and you just left whatever job you had. Who's gonna hire you? You know the cops in New York City used to all be like 6'2" and ex military, and you had to sue because there were no women. There was nobody under fucking 5'9". You know, it was ridiculous. It was an all boys club where they showed up and took out their aggression on you, robbed you. If you had cash on you, they'd steal your money. The cops, they don't want to fix this. Yeah, this whole thing is going. This whole thing is going up to shit. Nobody wants to fix that. You just have to tolerate this as we keep talking about how good we are, and what we did for Europe because we're great. Yeah, that was 100 years ago. What are you doing now, though? You're living. Oh, there you go. You're living off of past glories as Rome is burning, and you're fucking fiddling thinking about yesteryear. It's an issue. All right, let's put this here. I got. Ooh, we don't want that to go up. I got incense. I got the Buddha. I think we're good. Um, yeah, I don't even know what to tell you. I watched this, and oh man, I just kind of go, what in the wide world of sports is going on here? Right? It's just don't make any sense. Let's open this window. All right, so what are we gonna do? We've been on a sideways rant about what the problem is with the environment that we live in here in these United States of America. Uh, and I say it all the time. We're not all from the same place wherever we are, so we have to have the same philosophy. And now we don't. So why are we all here? It's just Europe with the same flag. There's these oligarchs. Yeah, Europe they call them princes and all this other shit, but here we just call them senators and congressmen, and they stay there forever. All right, and then there's all these lobbyists. Today, there was a ruling today where they ruled on foreign money in American elections, and they ruled that it's okay. Today. Yeah, this whole place is coming up. This whole fucking place is coming undone. Let's see if we can find that. I was like, they're just asking for nonsense. And at this point, just because someone's shooting a congressman doesn't mean it's bad. I mean, I know how that sounds, but remember, we're a nation founded on revolution, and at one point, farmers shot at the authority, right, the army, and that. But now we view it as, oh, well, it was a step toward this thing. So, and I'm sure, of course, the king and the Brit was like, Look at these savages, right? But here we were like, fighting for it. Well, I don't even know what they would have said then because we are so indoctrinated into it. I'm like, I was about to say fighting for truth, and I don't even know, but you can just imagine what the Taliban are going to tell the kids about their great American war. It won't be, oh man, we were blowing up. We had kids walking into people and blowing themselves. No, it won't be any of that. It'll be like Allah and how great, and our great leader led us to their version of whoever the fuck their version of George Washington would be. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. Uh, Foreign, RIEGN. That's a well, that's not too easy. There you go. Foreign money in American politics. The Kennedys, the Clintons made that a thing. Galilee's bipartisan effort to prohibit foreign money. Foreign nationals can finance ballot initiatives. 2 days ago, FEC lets foreigners finance U.S. ballot initiatives. There you go. Bullshit. It's absolutely bullshit. It's okay. I was about to say it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. If I was the president, I would initiate a mole hunt because we are absolutely fucking exposed, globally exposed. Here's the thing: we come with all this amazing, and then we give it to people. Like all of the British and Israeli tech is American tech. They pay nothing for it, but they're our allies, so we'll give them this and we'll give them that. But you, the American people, are footing the bill for all this shit that you should not just be handing over. It just makes me crazy. It makes me crazy. So now I'm like, what is the point of any of this shit? Right? Why do I care? I'm surrounded by racist assets as I drive around, hoping for a better day. I should just take that fucking flag down and put up some girl with big tits. Yeah, because I think we can all get behind that. I think even the ladies, from what I know about ladies, it's been a minute, but yeah, I think all the ladies don't want to be flat chested. Comical cartoonist nonsense is what we're getting here. Don't do drugs. Smoke weed. All right. So it was so good to have my nephew come through yesterday. Day before yesterday. Man, I don't even know. It pisses me off, right? Because I feel like, you know what? I feel like I tried to do the right thing and I failed, and I took it in good spirits and tried to do the right thing and then failed again and took it in good spirits. And eventually I'm just kind of over here like, what the ever loving fuck? Right? Especially after that whole Varsity Blues scandal where you could just pay for your kid to take some bullshit photos. And I'm just kind of like, it's and then you teach the white kids that it's rigged against that it's the black people's fault. So you've got this nice little fuckery going on here, like it's never going to end. Yeah, I'm sick of being outpaced by the next generation of Americans straight here from some other place. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I would rather be our own group than to deal with this shit anymore. And we looked it up yesterday. How many? Like we're 12% of the population, but we're like fucking 60% of the army. Yeah, not 60%, right? 40% of the army. What was it yesterday? Anyway, yeah, it doesn't make any sense, right? The one black bad guy who does a stupid thing will paint 8 million of us as the same thing, but the one good black guy who gets to this and goes to that is only him. So I don't know, man. I think the Democratic Party, and here's the thing: the people in charge, if they lose, it's not like they're going to be arrested. They'll just leave with all the money they made from Congress for 50 years. And what should happen is you should have to account for your career. How's that? Bring them all on like Survivor, like to even go, you were a congressman from, 1998 until 2010. and everything seemed good, right? And you didn't take me, and we went, and let's talk to you about that. Um, and it should be mandatory, right? I'm not saying like, well, maybe I'll show up. Like it should be part of the gig, just like an oath is part of the gig, like a down briefing. And after you're out, oh well, look at you. You made $80 million, and when you went in, you only had $30,000 in the bank. Explain yourself. Well, I wrote this book. No one read your book. Explain yourself. You know what I mean? And then people will be like, "Man, I got to be a little more tight." And I'm being polite. I'm not sending anybody to jail. I'm just saying, in this endeavor, who we, no lying, keep it. But man, at this point, they have made Americans hate Americans so they could be the elite. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens because I really don't see everybody. And here's the thing: everybody's unhappy, but not everybody's unhappy for the same reason. So that leads you to everybody hating the establishment as well as the other group, right? So now you have three groups. Let's say you have the establishment, and let's say you have the blue. They love to split us up, right? The blue army, no, the blue faction, and the red faction, um, and the establishment, and the establishment has slowly turned themselves into pharaohs and kings and emperors, right? And it's not just the senators and congressmen. It's these heads of corporations, these billionaires, right? They don't pay taxes. They don't fight wars. They're all about fuck them. They don't deserve that. They don't deserve healthcare and dental and eye and hearing. Fuck them, right? Bam! All of a sudden, it's like we hate all of you, and it's going to be a spark, like the famous 1912. Do I want to say 1912? I want to say 1912. Where they shot the Archduke, and there's no Archdukes in Europe anymore. Dukes, Archdukes. At one point, all the Europeans were run by emperors and czars and kings, and they all related to the same family. The last one remaining, I think, the last two remaining is the Swedish royal family and the British royal family. They all have the same. We should look up royal fucking families. So, I mean, this is another thing. Uh, some of these people who've been inbreeding for 5,000 years have to get new blood in their family. So they hated you in the 60s, but now they love, oh, he's part Puerto Rican, or he's part black. His name is Yehuda, or whatever the fuck. But some people, I don't, you can look around, do your own. If I mention anybody, it's my ass. But some people, all of them wear glasses. Some people, none of them wear glasses, right? It's that. It's like beards on black people. Africans don't have beards, but there's been so much racial fuckery going on here that we have beards, and we're also like three shades lighter than the African on the continent. So all these things are like at play, and for you to go, how dare you? Oh, is just ridiculous. Like shit has consequences. This was if I have a bucket of the darkest paint in the world and I drop just a drop of the whitest paint in the world, you may not be able to notice it with your eye, but it's absolutely different. I'm using paint. I'm not trying to use race. All right, I'm using paint. Yeah. If I peed in the ocean is slightly different. Big enough that it doesn't matter, right? But slightly different. It's like hmm, if I went into space, you know what? No, but let's keep it casual. If I went to a beach and picked up a grain of sand and removed it, right, and no one's in it shifts it. And mind you, all that sand used to be rocks. They used to be boulders, right? So those boulders rubbing up against things and touching are no longer boulders, right? They become rocks. Then they become pebbles. Then they become sand. That's it. That is it. Um, Woo, baby, baby. Let's look at the royal families of Europe. Royal families of oh Lord, I can't even spell EU or I love talking this, but people think I love talking this and in politics. And I hate people who tell me don't talk politics because I'm like, wait, I can talk politics. I got it on lock. If you can't talk politics because you'll get angry because you're wrong. In an era of cell phones, some of this old shit should go away. It really should. Don't talk politics. You may not want to talk religion because people can be ridiculous. Royal families of Europe. The current monarchs in Europe are Prince Macron of Andorra, okay, King Philip of Belgium, okay, Queen Margaret. Hold it, let's throw that up so y'all don't think I'm fronting on y'all. Queen Margaret II of Denmark, Prince Hans Adam II of Liechtenstein, Grand Duke Henry of Luxembourg, Prince Albert II of Monaco. I know this name, and I know this. No, that's right. He abdicated so she could take power. I know there was a Denmark and Luxembourg. Didn't know in Monaco. I knew King Willem Alexander of the no. I'm sorry. I knew him. Willem Alexander of the Netherlands. King Harold V of Norway. See, the Nordic countries still like their kings. Denmark, the Netherlands, Norway. Belgium is German essentially. Let's just call it. But Andorra, where the fuck is Andorra? Andorra is near France, right? Andorra. Andorra is a tiny independent principality situated between France and Spain. Come on, man! Oh my god! I love when I'm right, especially when I'm drinking and I'm high. Oh my god! So right, it's like Monaco. It's like a tiny little place where you hide your money and only rich people go. Yeah, I totally get it. Yeah, cha 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 cha, baby. All right, so countries with royal families. Yeah, I mean, ugh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. More items? There are more of them? Yeah, no, it's a European thing, right? Oh, good lord. Right, so Norway, Sweden. Oh, this is Norway too? Norway. Oh, I see. It's a little island, but they account for like, all right, fine. So Norway, Sweden, the Netherlands, which is about friend, Denmark, Great Britain, I think the only English speaking one, Spain, Morocco, top of Africa. Who? The term royal family refers to a king or queen immediate family that leads to a nation and monarchy form of government. Sometimes this term may also be used to describe an immediate and extended family. Monarchy countries have royal families. Traditionally, the royal family includes a spouse of. Okay, good lord. Who has the fucking place? Just tell me that. Traditionally, the royal family. Hold it. Wait. Oh, all right. So just this changes. Morocco has 37 million people. This changes, but the text down here doesn't. Antigua and the Bahamas. But one important thing to note that Queen Elizabeth II, perhaps the most well-known monarch in the world, is commonly known as the Queen of the United Kingdom. However, she is a monarch over 16 Commonwealth realms, which include Antigua, Barbados, Australia, Bahamas, Barbados, Belize, Canada, Grenada, Jamaica, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, St. Kitts, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Solomon Islands, Tuvalu, and the United Kingdom. Yeah. I mean, the only reason they're still a country is because we like them. And we only started liking them, I want to say 19. It was after World War One. Yeah, let's get rid of this. When did America and Britain become friends? When did America and Britain become homies? All right, let's see what we got. When did the Britain and the Yanks become allies again after the? When did the Brits and Yanks become allies after the Revolutionary War? All right, let's get it. After the American and the Allies won the Revolutionary War and their allies, it was France, our one ally. Britain still, well, when did Britain and France become our homies? But I think they became homies after we became homies. But here's the thing, here's the power of speaking the same language. We should be like this with France, right? Because France helped us throw off Great Britain. That's like, who's a, oh my God. I don't even know who would be the equivalent. Who in America wants to be, well, you got Southern nonsense. Let's say Hawaii wanted independence and uh, from us because they were too far away. Um, and Russia would be like, oh, we don't want to fucking get into with the Americans over one of their ex. No, right? All these other right? And let's say fucking someone who just had it out for stepped in. Who has it out for us? North Korea. Tiny ass North Korea gave something that you didn't have, like military training and money to buy muskets and all this shit, right? Like something like that. And then you beat America. That's the equivalent of how wild this shit is. Um, it's fucking a fairly impressive feat, but it just goes to show, like they say in football, any given Sunday, right? Anybody can beat anybody on any given Sunday. I mean, Mike Tyson was taking that as a joke until he kept knocking people out. And then they began to, because Mike Tyson is not tall, right? And he's not cut up and deep built, but he's big, he's stocky. But man, whew, he's hard to knock out and he hits hard as a fucker, right? And this is sort of the same thing. So when did we become homies again? American and their allies won the Revolutionary War against the British in 1783. I told people that all the time. It wasn't 1776. We declared independence in 1776. This shit went on for about 8 years, 76, 77, 89, 81, 82, 83. 7 years. Relationship between the two nations were abysmal. But today, the United States and the United Kingdom have a special relationship. Who coined this term special relationship? A politician. Don't buy that. Because every time I see British people, they're talking left about us. They don't like our gun culture or our, yeah. So just look, listen, if you like us, look, you know what it's like? It's like having a homie who goes, man, your mom is a fat, stupid bitch. How you my homie? You know what I'm saying? You can't keep doing shit like this. And they do it all the time. So when exactly did the transatlantic cousins become friends after all the tea was dumped in the water? Pretty quickly. Experts say even if it wasn't until much later that the relationship achieved geopolitical, it wasn't pretty quickly, you fucking asshat. America started off as a power aligned with France, right? Come on, man. I'm just looking for a date. Give me a date. The U.S. essentially had English legal system and founded, right. The view, right. We know this. And what happened, it was, you know, we didn't speak French. If the French said we'll help you if you adopt French as a second language, we'd be bilingual and still allies with France. And who knows how we will be with England, right? Don't discount language. Do not discount it. A language is a tie like religion is a tie. But then the French Revolution took an unexpected turn, and those guys got their heads cut off who gave us all the money. And then the French people were sort of like, "Fuck you, Americans," because you don't speak French, right? So yeah, it was a thing. But I want there you no, this is War War II. It has to be somewhere between it. 1812, the British faced another test during War of 1812 when British forces captured Washington D.C. and set fire to much of it. Right, we were still not cool because they burned down the fucking Capitol. So in 1812, right? When did George Washington die? George Washington died in 1799. When did George Washington? I should remember this because I always look it up. When did George Washington die? Okay, 1799. The mysterious. What was fucking mysterious about it? There was nothing mysterious about it. It was shitty doctoring. Just like the same thing that killed I want to say Taft when they dug their finger in his bullet hole. The low point of the relationship was the burning of the White House. Yeah, we get that. It was like 1912. The British but tensions did simmer between the remind you the British supported slavery here, but not there. They supported the Confederacy, right? So that was another thing. You fucking pieces of shit kind of thing going on after 80 years of us being our own nation. When this because they were like, oh, we get all this cotton and all this, but they still got what they wanted. We do a lot of shit for the Britons, the British. I'm a semi fan. I used to be a bigger fan, but if you like politics, you also take shit into account. But tensions did simmer about the British system and paraphrasing were trade. Blah, 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 blah. Our whole system was based on that system. The U.S. resented having to pay levies on importing and exporting to lucrative markets within the British Empire, such as India, right? So they're like, well, these guys are down with us, so you have to pay triple the thing because we still fucking hate you. 100 years later. But there was an incident. It wasn't 1941. It was around 1912. Despite these pressures, diplomatic relations remained cordial. Winston Churchill overstayed his welcome at the White House during 1941. Getting a lot of shit. This is not right. It was around 1912. It wasn't fucking right before World War, you idiots. This is, man, you got to watch this stuff you read. You have to have read enough about topics to know when people are like gaming. Uh-oh, here we go again with the we're having issues with the connection. Let's look up news as soon as this connection issue goes away. What time is it? We have been streaming for an hour, which is good. We started that late. Okay, whew. Okay, we're good. Hey, you still there, William? I hope so. Uh yeah, Lahayim people. You should like you like don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't be disloyal to your friends and to your allies, right? But you should be clear on why you're friends and allies. It's my point. Um, but yeah, I get it. I get it. Dude. And tomorrow is Friday Eye Day. Who's ready? Who is ready? Okay, the connection is good, but the image is horrid. If I did this, what would happen? Yeah, see, it's not my camera, it's the feed. All right, so oh man, it is getting cold. Maybe I should close this window. Is that thing still churning? Oh, it's semi-churning. I am starving. I may actually cook steak and a salad, but I'm trying not to eat a lot of red meat. But then I eat a ton of chicken, and I'm just like, oh. Every time I do this, one of these things pops me right in the eye. I'm surprised I haven't. I should probably just get goggles when I do this. The art of sage is sometimes it's tight. So what you got to do is you got to sort of. I mean, it's tied up. You can see it's tied up, right? What you need to do is you need to sort of squeeze it, right? Just to get air between those deep pockets so something deeper can light. You know, kindling, right? This is essentially kindling. Or keep blowing like that, you'll go friggin' what is it? What do they call it when you hyperventilate? That's not good. There you go. All right, let's put this here. All right, so Halloween is over. Thanksgiving is on the march. I want to say, little boy, 20 days. You know what that is? That's 2 weeks and 6 days. Yeah, yeah. Get your turkey now because there's going to be a shortage. Get your cranberry sauce now because there's going to be a shortage. Get it now. Just do it now if you haven't done it already. But if not, if you're going to keep it casual and keep it small, I feel you. I feel you. I think I may very well keep it casual and keep it small. Um, because it's sadly, tis just a kid. Let's like this. We super like this. Come on. So apparently there is an issue with the streams connectivity. It's telling me we're not awesome, but we're awesome. We're always awesome. I feel like it's Friday. I ran around today feeling like it's Friday. Uh totally psyched to like be on for we're back. Totally psyched to be on for ugh, you're killing me. Totally psyched to be on for like 8, 9 o'clock. Uh 8, 9, 9, 10 o'clock. Apparently not because it's Thursday. It's Thursday. I gotta tell you, man, I got lost in my day. I was so frustrated. I was like, and I was right because I know that when those women hit, somebody had to be on their phone or had to be talking to someone. It just, I mean, you shouldn't be doing it. Some people can't even listen to music, right? What I listen to is when I'm driving. I didn't listen to music. I listen to, oh, I like this song. I like that new Bieber song about ghosts. I really like that. And then, but normally I listen to I'm sorry. I was gonna say liberal talk radio, but it is liberal. I listen to NPR, and I listen to sports radio. Right, I listen to Dan Patrick, and I listen to what's the other guy? Not Colin Kaepernick, Colin Cowherd. So I'm always up on trying to keep up on what I'm listening to on sports and what I'm listening to in the news. Uh, and as they talk, I go, that sounds ridiculous. Like, so the latest today, if you follow sports, if you follow football, Aaron Rodgers. Do we even want to talk about Aaron Rodgers? We don't talk sports on this thing. Let's get it, man. Oh, I'm not. Where's Biz? Busy, where you at? I should call him up. Um, let's see. I'm getting a little too excited because I had a guest this week. We can't have two guests in one show, right? 1 week. Um, they asked they asked him if he was vaccinated, and he said he didn't say I'm vaccinated. He said I'm. Oh, what was the phrasing? Oh, Rogers. All right. He didn't say I'm vaccinated. He said, oh, what is it? Aaron Rodgers is a liar. ESPN Stephen A. Smith says Aaron Rodgers has positive for COVID rules for unvaccinated players when Packers QB. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers furious when the NFL leaked his vaccination status. Aaron Rodgers had COVID after misleading about vaccine status. What's next? So this is one story with that. He's mad at the NFL that they released his vaccination status. But there's a protocol, and they asked you if you were vaccinated, and you said this weird shit. He got homeopathic treatment instead of vaccinated. Twitter turns on his girlfriend. Oh, oh my God. This is the shit that I'm talking about. Look, listen. Oh my God. Good. Love your woman, but seriously though, some of this stuff is crazy. And the same thing for women. If you told a woman, listen to everything your man says, other women be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But if you tell a man, listen to everything your woman says, I think a lot of women be like, yeah, that makes sense. So she's essentially a new age hippie, millionaires actress. Shut up. Aaron Rodgers needs to be suspended, but the NFL probably won't have the guts to do it. He needs to be suspended. He exposed a lot of people to COVID. Aaron Rodgers is furious for leaking his vaccine status. I'm sorry. I think this shit is hysterical. We may have to read that. Oh my God. Aaron Rodgers is furious with the NFL for how he said, I'm immunized. How Aaron Rodgers went from immunized to unvaccinated. Right. So they say, hey, at a press conference, are you vaccinated? He goes, yeah, I'm immunized, but I understand his personal choice. He went through all this stuff. Turns out he's not vaccinated. What does immunized mean? But there's a protocol, and they let him ignore it. He exposed a lot of people and was exposed to a lot of people. It was a matter of time, but it looks like he lied. Oh my God, that's outrageous. What is the new Haps feature? Oh my God, he lied. He lied. He lied. Ugh. There's something wrong with Aaron Rodgers. You know, after he starts playing, it's going to come out that he was mean to women and kids and puppies. He hated his mom and his dad. You know, all that shit's going to come out. Like Larry Bird. The same thing happened with Larry Bird. Larry Bird seemed to be like, to me, back in the day, the same kind of dude. Aaron Rodgers furious with NFL for leaking his vaccine status. Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers has not spoken to media since it was revealed that he was not vaccinated for COVID-19. However, this was yesterday. He hasn't spoken to the media in 2 days. However, according to Pro Football Talk, Mike Floyd, Rodgers is serious that his vaccination status was leaked. The 9-time Pro Bowler told reporters he was immunized in August against press conference, in an August press conference, September, October, boom, November. What date was this August press conference? So if it was early September, like it's early November right now, it's 90 days. If it was late September, then it's like 60 days plus. So yeah. The 9-time Pro Bowler told reporters he was immunized in an August press conference before it reported that by Ian Rappaport of NFL Network that he was indeed unvaccinated. Well, the NFL does not share the names of players who have or have not been vaccinated. Well, this sounds like a partial sentence. While the NFL does not share the names of players who have or have not been vaccinated. That is a partial. Oh my God. Why are they making so much money to write shit? I'm back to writing, people. Oh, I've got proof that I'm back to writing. We don't need an unboxing for this. This is what I got from Amazon. This is the shit that I like to write when I write stories and plot out stuff. Excuse me. And I have a giant room in my bedroom. What are we doing over here? Where so I want to make sure these are the right ones. I don't really need a knife, but hey, you got one. Why not use it? What is the point of having a gun if you're not going to shoot somebody? All right, calm down, everybody. I'm just kidding. Look, there's another thing going on here as well. In New York, there's a lawsuit in the Supreme Court about the gun laws. You can't have a gun in New York, and I always did not like that. And see, these things are awesome. They really are. Like, oh no, these are not the ones that I wanted. All right, well, I can work with it, but these are not the ones that I wanted. I wonder if I can send them back. I probably can send them back. This is not the ones that I wanted. This the back. So anyway, now I'm slightly unhappy because I could have just got that from the what's his name. But these are not the ones I wanted. While the NFL does not share the names of while this implies that there's going to be a but, there's going to be an and. You should have just said the NFL does not share names of players who have or have not been vaccinated. On Thursday, the NFL announced that it would be investigating whether Rodgers, the Packers, violated COVID-19 protocols. In a statement, the league said failure to properly enforce COVID-19 protocols could result in discipline being assessed against individual clubs. No one's going to be banned. You're going to find a millionaire who made $100 million. What are you going to find him? 50,000. I mean, the fuckery. Look. I said it before, and I'll say it again. ESPN botch handling of Rachel Nichols again humiliates her on her way out. Why do you care who gets humiliated on their way in or out? Drew Brees asked about returning to the Saints. Oh, good Lord, stop it. Stop it. All of you, just stop it. I mean, I could use them, but you know what? I've got a ton of anyway, you know what? It's in my head now. I'm just gonna keep it. I should send it back. I should make a point to send it back. That's not what I ordered. It makes me crazy. All right, anyway, everybody just calm down. Let's get back together. I'm in my own head about this now. Don't leave knives around, people. So what were we talking about? I was going to start writing again, so I got that. But then those aren't the ones that I like, because the other one had a nice side margin that you could, yeah, it doesn't matter. All right. I'm about to end this show because I'm pissed off. We've been streaming for an hour and 17 minutes. So, William, what's the new feature? Tell us. Man, the whole thing is just ridiculous. You never get what you want, even as you pay top dollar for it, right? It's always some sketchy thing. Okay, I'm sorry. So I think I'm going to start tweeting more. I don't really know. There are rules to tweeting, and I don't know them. I wonder what they are. I wonder if you can buy a book on tweeting. How to tweet, when to tweet, what to tweet, who to tweet to. Tweet. Secret burials of dead president inside the world's most blatant COVID-19 cover up. But Pelosi tries to hurry Democrats toward a vote on the Biden agenda. Here's the thing. They're like, put them all together and we'll vote on it because we don't fucking trust you. What you're going to do is you're going to split them up. You're going to have the vote on the thing you want. We're going to pass that. And the thing we want, you're going to go, yeah, nah, that's not coming to the table. And this is the issue. It's mistrust. They don't trust the Democratic establishment. And they're right not to. They're incompetent. And you can't trust them. Everybody saw what you did to Nina Turner. Do we want to look that up? I'm gonna have to close some of this window. What is the degree? Man, I'm about to get the flu out here. What's the weather outside?
It's currently cloudy and 46 degrees.
46 degrees? Why do I have the fucking windows open? What is wrong with me? You know, I'll put on a hoodie before I close the window because I'm weird that way. This is the nice thing about being a bachelor and living alone. Like, I can do whatever the weird things I want. And it really has to do with spending money. It usually has to do with cooking and being ridiculous. Ooh, there you go. So yeah, I think me being ridiculous by having the windows open when it's 47 degrees outside. Oh, good Lord. Stomp on it. I'm telling you, man, I was raised by Black Panthers and hippies. I've got a lot of that in me. I like music and incense and social justice. I would like to think I'm a lot like my grandmother, but my dad said I'm a lot like my mother. So that's a good thing, man. Ouch. So yeah, we were talking yesterday about the idea of family. Oh man, it began to rain when I got in here. And the idea of family and how kids need their father. No, I don't know. I don't know what the new feature is, William. Um, what is it called? Where can I find it? Do I have to know a guy? Is there anything nicer than fleece? I mean, seriously, come on. When I stopped having a regular gig, I got rid of all my suits. Now, as I age, I wish I had a few balling ass suits because I look fucking good in a suit. But now, not so much because tis what it is. All right, it's 46 degrees here in Virginia. Are we going to end this thing? 10 minutes to 8. The World Series is over. There are no football games. Wait, it's Thursday Night Football. Right, Thursday Night Football. Jets and Colts. Yeah, right. Is the pregame on yet? I wonder if it's going to be on my Amazon. Where is it? Here it is. Let's go here. Let's do this. Let's click that. Let's see if they say anything about football. Football. Oh, not movies. There you go. All right. Can y'all see this? Oh, wait a minute. Well, for God's sake.
Let's get to some of the economic news. This is very important. Well, Crystal and I think.
All right. I'm perpetually watching like. God dang it. I'm perpetually watching. That's all. Oh, here you go. So, yes. So it's gonna be on. Ooh, it's gonna be on. Watch live broadcast. Yeah. All right. So good. Excellent. When did it come on? Hold it. We are not all going to watch this game.
My personal perspective on playing quarterback in New York, but we're lucky enough to have one of the best to ever do it in New York, Michael Strahan. Tell what it's like to play in the big city, Mike.
God dang it. Good Lord. You can't even stop the broadcast. So apparently it's running already. We are going to be doing that. Oh, good Lord. Come on, man. You're killing me. You're absolutely friggin' killing me. All right. All right. So, yeah, I think this thing is going to be over in 10 minutes. Oh, okay. That says 11 minutes. This says 5. It's going to be over in 10 minutes. We're going to watch the Colts game. But, William, is there a new feature? What is the new feature? Because I bought a flight sim game, and I'm about to start playing that regularly right about Thanksgiving. That's my plan because I've got a schedule sort of laid out that makes more sense than just me talking my head off every day. And besides, I want to rock. What group was that? That was a rock and roll song for all you kids. So yeah. I have a job that I would like to not do anymore and do this professionally. But, I don't ask for money. I don't have a Patreon. I don't, I'm just kind of like winging it. Don't know how. Okay. But there's something. Okay, that's cool. I thought you knew. All right. You're killing me, man. I thought you had some funky, this is your mission, William. Don't tell anybody. All right. This is just between me and you. Everyone else, on the internet, plug your ears and look away. I want you to go undercover. I want you to get into the HAPS ecosystem. I want you to make friends with the owner. Thank you. No, but that was the name of the singer. The name of Twisted Sister, right? I want you to make friends with the owner. I want you to date his daughter. I want his wife to love you. And I want you to pick them for all they know. And then come back to me tomorrow. You got 24 hours to do. Did I take 24 hours to do this? You got 24 hours to do this, William. So yeah, I want you to embarrass all those spies in those shitty movies. Where is HAPS? It's probably in California. Yeah, you might want to get started. What time is it? You know what? I'm not a horrible person. You can start after the game. But after the game, then you do all that stuff that we said. This is your mission if you choose to accept it. So good. All right. Yeah, so it looks like Nancy Pelosi is trying to like get people to vote for some shit and they don't trust her, which I think is funny. Look, the people of America want shit and they are Nancy, that is the worst spelling of Nancy Pelosi ever. There's an 8 in there. Nancy Pelosi, hold it, wait a minute. How much is she worth? Stocks. First of all, how old is she? 81. Oh my gosh, her ass should be in jail. And this is the thing. Look at this. Why is her hair brown? The men don't want to go bald. The women don't want to go gray. I mean, they're just so full of shit. Everything about them is fake. Well, maybe them titties ain't fake. Stop it, y'all. Okay, that right there is officially mean that we've only got 7 minutes because, man, I might be blasted. I worked for like 12 hours today. I'm exhausted. Nancy Pelosi's, how much is she worth? 16 million. Yeah, I kind of don't believe that. I think it's way more than that. They insider trade all the time. Net worth is inflated. Oh, really? They're not there for the $193,000 salary. I would like that salary. You would like that salary, but they're all millionaires and billionaires. They could give a fuck about that salary. They're there for the power. So they don't pay taxes, so they can take care of their friends, so they can fuck up the globe, quite frankly. They can give a fuck about the salary. It really is just, they make me want to heave. All right. Pelosi and the Progressive Caucus. Caucus members, Progressive Pelosi about caucus ascension 1 week ago. What the fucking 1 week ago? This happened like 12 hours ago. We're shadow speaker 2 days ago, 1 day ago. Key panel, Democrat social spending bill, Progressive push for a vote this week. 30 minutes ago, House Democrats hunt for votes to pass Biden's demand. They hunt for votes to pass his agenda. I'm going to have to fucking get a New York Times subscription. Oh, good Lord. All right. This is what we're going to do. This thing on? Hey, welcome to the show, people. All right, this thing is not on. All right, so what we're going to do is, step. I'm not even going to untwist you. What we're going to do is this. Actually, not around this fire. What we're going to do is so here's the thing. You can't vote for what they want because they're just going to fuck you over. So how do you solve this problem? What we're going to do is you couldn't even have faith in them and go, we're going to pass this thing because that's where you were last time. The people who should move, quite frankly, is Nancy Pelosi, and she's not. So how do you fix this? I don't align myself with Nancy Pelosi, right? But what you want to do to get this passed is put this back into one giant bill like they want. It shows that you're working with them. That's the only thing, right? Is there anything else that I miss? You have to put this back into one cohesive bill and not split them and pass them both together, because what the progressive caucus thinks you're going to do is going to vote on your thing first and then go to hell with what you want. So to say that you're not going to do that, the only thing you can do is bundle them back up, marry the packages again. Right? Am I wrong? I don't see any other solution. I'm a guy who needs to find a solution. I want to know why it didn't work and then fix why it didn't work. And I think that is it. So her going, hey, I think what they're doing is horse trading in the background. They want to, do you want to be on the what if you're let's say you're on the bathroom and sinks what do we call it when they have someone is a chairman of a committee, of the bathroom and sink committee, right? But now you want to be on the CIA and FBI committee where find all the juicy, right? Oh yeah, I do want to be over there. Maybe that's what they're doing, but that doesn't mean you'll be about your word either. I don't know. I think the only thing you can do is put these bills back together. You need to remarry them. You need to, you divorced them. They were together and you took them apart. So yeah, marry them up again. I'll tell you, Haps, if you fucking keep doing this to me, I swear to God, I'm gonna lose my shit and run amok. Your internet connection is unstable. No, it's not. For best performance, connect to your router. My fucking router's right there. It's right there. And close other applications running. You know what's up? My nephew pointed out to me, my TV's on and it's on the Cowboy channel, which takes Wi-Fi. If I run in there and put it on the regular channel, it doesn't take Wi-Fi. I was like, get the fuck out of here. This is why you need young people in your life, right? So if you're 90, you're going to need to know a 70-year-old. And if you're 70, you're going to need to know like a 50-year-old. And if you're 50, you're going to need to know a 30-year-old. And if you're 30, it's good to know a 10-year-old. You know what I mean? I mean, they always inform you of good shit. So wow. Are we gonna read this? Because that's what it is. They don't trust her. It's about trust. And no one trusts Nancy Pelosi. Liberals defy Pelosi, say they'll block an infrastructure bill 1 week ago. 1 day ago, 30 minutes ago. God, I'm gonna click on it and it's gonna say, fuck you, you piece of shit. Go ahead, New York Times. You suck. I hate you. Your crossword is garbage. Oh, you know what? I might actually be able to get 3 or 4 of these this month because you get 3 or 4 a month or some bullshit. Speaker Nancy Pelosi wanted to vote on Thursday night, which is tonight, on a $1.85 trillion social policy and climate bill, but moderates were pushing back. Moderates? Who's pushing back here? The moderates as well as the progressives? What the fuck is going on in this party? Good Lord. Oh, for God's sake. Let's get some of this. By Emily Cochran and Jonathan Weissman. November 4, 2021. Update 7:29 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is a fucking half hour ago. Washington. House Democrats struggled on Thursday to line up the votes needed to push through a $1.85 trillion social safety net, climate, and tax bill, as moderate Democrats spooked by Tuesday's electoral drubbing raised concerns about the costs and details of the rapidly evolving plan. They always complain this bill could be $1.85, and they would still complain about the cost. They don't do anything. The people need shit. So yeah, I fully expect violence to break out. The arrogance of these people. Speaker Nancy Pelosi of California had privately told her top deputies, if she told her top deputies and you know about it, one of her top deputies is a sieve. Ooh. You know what? We're going to try something new. We're going to do. Can we duplicate? No, we can't duplicate it because it's New York Times. All right. I mean, I could, but all right, fine. We're going to put this. You're not going to be able to read it. What the fuck just happened? All right, nothing. All right, fine. Speaking Nancy Pelosi have privately told her top deputies that she hoped, fucking pay your rent with hope. She hoped to hold a vote on the bill as soon as Thursday night, with votes on Friday morning to declare Senate pass. $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure measure for President Biden's signature, according to two people briefed on the decision. This is what happens when you have too many fucking chiefs and no Indians. The highest head in this bitch should be the president. It shouldn't be a matter of your personal charisma to get shit done. Right? It should be about, man, these people, they fucking suck. Speaking Nancy Pelosi of California probably told her top deputy that she hoped to hold the vote on the bill as soon as Thursday night, with the vote on Friday morning to clear Senate pass $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure measure for President Biden's signature, according Senate pass. Hold it. I'm sorry. Let's try that again. Speaker Nancy Pelosi of California privately told the top deputy that she hoped to hold a vote on the bill as soon as Thursday night, which with a vote on Friday, that's what my problem was. With a vote on Friday morning to clear, Senate passed $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure measure for President Biden's signature, according to two people briefed on the measure. So you're telling me the Senate passed a $1 trillion and you're trying to pass a $1.83 trillion, and you can't get you? Oh man, this bill was originally $10 trillion. Do you remember that? Yeah, I think someone needs to take over America. I hate to say it, because I know at least they will feel some pain, and not just the average citizenry. Like whoever takes over has to throw all of them out of Congress. Has to. They're incompetent. But then it becomes the second American Revolution, doesn't it? But yeah, I think somebody hacked this system to make it not work and only work for the rich. And like I said, we've had two wars here, right? We've had the Revolutionary War, and then we had a civil war amongst ourselves. So Cass is willing to fight in a land of guns. In a land of guns, this is not the kind of shit you want to be pulling. Oh my God, you can't do the base bare minimum for the common man, and you want their vote. Whew. All right, that's over. This is over. I want to read the end of this, but you know what? I'm gonna go watch the fucking football game because I know how this ends. I've seen it before. I'm not gonna do it to myself. Let's close. All right, I'll flip this out. Let's close this. I gave my man William an assignment. He's gonna be back tomorrow with full details. 80-page briefing like the Supreme Court does, right? I can't believe that this is not what I wanted. But let's see what happens. Yeah, man, it doesn't make any sense that we suffer like this and we continue to vote for people who don't get it right. Right? I mean, they can blame progressives and this, but at the end of the day, they've been there forever and they've done nothing but get rich. And now people in a pandemic are losing their jobs and their homes and family members. You better try extra hard to come across, and they're not even trying. It's business as usual. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, man. It doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense to me. All right, so that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and this thing is still lit. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and oh my God. Boys and girls, men and women, trees and bushes. Remember, we do this nightly. It's not normally this weird, but it's fucking fairly weird. Ask William. He's in the chat. He'll tell you it's fairly weird. If you're here, like and subscribe and get in the chat. Get in the chat. We're building an army. And we're all going to go to the best bakery and eat all the cupcakes. Why? Well, not all armies want war and conflict. Some of us just want cupcakes and like good coffee. Look at that. This is what you get when you're a hippie. Wow. This is what is known as carbureting or stovepiping. It's easier to get a fire to grow if you do this than this. But first, you got to get this going. Before you know it, because I'm telling you, yesterday's show, if you watched it, Brian came through and he hipped us to like a camping setup for like $250. So yeah, I think that's going to get bought. And we're going to do some camping. I'm going to buy a little hibachi. I love to cook. You might catch me sometime next year in an outdoor place with a grill. But see, man, if I do it, I'm going to get a dog. I'm still recovering from 2 heartbreaks. My last relationship, I don't know what to talk to you about. And my dog died, and I cry. I hate to be a bitch about it, but I did. I cried for like 2 months, and I was sad. I mean, depressed and sad for like 6 months. I had her when she was 6 weeks old, and the only time someone else watched her was when I went to Australia. They watched her for 3 weeks then. And then I had to go someplace else, and someone watched her for me. But other than that, it was 14 and a half years of her and me side by side. I taught her. She was just the most amazing dog. And when she died, I felt, yeah, it came at a bad time. All right, William, man, take care of yourself. We are absolutely leaving this thing. It's 8:15. We have been streaming for an hour and 43 minutes. So a minute and a half. I'm going to give myself a minute and a half wrap up to make it 1:45. So remember, we're here every night. We're here nightly. I'm about to make you my co-host, William. We're here nightly. 6:30 p.m. Monday through Saturday. And Sunday mornings, we're here at 7:30 a.m. The Friday night shows run long. The Saturday night shows run long. And the Sunday morning shows run as long as we want. So come through, have some coffee with us on Sunday morning. It's good. It saves your soul. It gives you 2 weeks clearance of your soul, by the way. So you don't have to go to church for an additional 2 weeks. If you spend 10 minutes with us, don't tell your reverend because they hate that. And you can keep the money in your pocket. But other than that, I mean, the policy is try and be about it. Your life is valuable. You shouldn't just be happy to watch other people do shit. You know what I mean? Like these movie stars that they're always selling you. So remember, get out there and get some. Some of us are trying to get out there and get some with you. Maybe we can all link up and get some together. But don't have the wool pulled over your eyes. We in the Black community call it being woke, even though they demonize that name. And we are out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I will see you guys tomorrow.